Hey, what's up guys? I just wanted to do a quick video today. I got through the Thru hike there, and there's some twists and turns with the Thru hike of the Northville Placid Trail that I will be posting very soon. I'll have those videos up probably the beginning of next week, but wanted to do a video after all those days on the trail and having an absolute blast with those guys. There were some things that I would have changed in my gear setup, and I wanted to go through some of those today. And these are 4 things that I would change about my gear or leave behind, kind of that nature. So number 1, I'll get right to it. I brought this E-Tech City filter. If you guys remember, I reviewed this and I really liked it. And in my testing it did very well. When I got out on the trail, however, it didn't take long with the really gritty, nasty water to start to clog this up. The water that I tested this on was not nearly as dirty, I guess, as far as particulates go, that was on the trail. So this thing plugged up pretty quick. This is the E-Tech City. It's got charcoal and the micro tubes. Now, the water tasted great and there was no qualms there. It was just, it slowed down a lot. It didn't stop filtering. It was just, it took too long. It was a bit of a pain, so I'd want something with a higher flow rate. Now, I had the Sawyer Mini, which definitely has a better flow rate, and Dan had one of these and it kept going. They're easier to back flush, and they don't plug up as quickly. It doesn't take all the taste out because it doesn't have the charcoal, but you know, time was kind of the essence as we're trying to do 25-30 miles a day. So I didn't bring my Sawyer because it got frozen, and so it's worthless. I have to throw this out. So I figured instead of buying a new one, this one would be more than good enough, and it was for about a day and a half until it started getting plugged up. So I would definitely change this. I'm going to be doing a video on this, and we're going to rip this thing apart and see why it plugged up. It's going to get cut up and torn up and ripped up, and so you guys get to see that, so stay tuned for that. Second thing I would change is my bug spray. Now, I did permethrin all my clothes, no problems with ticks, and really very few problems with bug bites, except for like on my exposed skin when I wore shorts, and sometimes the back of my neck. So normally I use DEET because it works. I decided to try something new this time, and it's something that I'm going to stick with because it worked nearly as well as DEET, and it's not bad for you at all. This is doTERRA Terra Shield. Basically, it's like a natural bug repellent that's just essential oils. I make fun of my wife constantly for the essential oils, but this one worked really well. It performed about the same as the other store-bought stuff, and it's not bad for you in any way. It doesn't harm your gear, and it actually smells pleasant. So again, I would switch this up for next time. Next time I wouldn't even bother with the DEET or anything else. I mean, I would still permethrin my clothes, but as far as bringing bug dope, this would be it. So that is definitely number 2 that I would change. Number 3 is, well, this bumblebee's just about to land on my knee. Don't sting me, pal. Anyway, number 3 is my little Gorilla Pod. This is a Targus knockoff of the Gorilla Pod. I wanted a little tripod for cool shots on the trail, and honestly I didn't use this thing a single time, not once. You'll see in the video I did have a couple still shots. I just propped the camera up on a stump or a log or a rock, something like that, and I didn't need this at all. So this was a decent amount of weight and bulk that I definitely didn't need. So next trip I probably wouldn't bring this unless the trail was going to be significantly less challenging, you know, and we didn't have the same time constraints. But I just didn't have need for this, so I wouldn't bring that. This is a way I would save weight next time. Last thing were my I would leave these at home, my Sawyer squeeze bottles. I have 3 of these 1 liters. I brought 2 of them on the trip, and honestly I used one of the pouches one time, and then I just found a quicker, better way to do it, so I left that behind, or they just stayed in my pack. I didn't use them. What I do is I have 2 of the 1 liter smart water bottles, and I just left this stuck on one and the cap on the other, and this, I used one as a dirty bottle. I would just fill it with dirty water and start walking, and I would drink straight out of this, or I would drink my clean water first and just start to filter this in as I went. Next water source, I would just fill it up, and everything was good to go. So I wouldn't bring these pouches. I just felt like they were unnecessary, and the bottles work just as well. So anyway, guys, that's my list. Those are 4 things that I would change or wouldn't bring on the next trip. I'll probably do another video of things that I loved that I would never leave home without, because there's some pieces of gear that really proved themselves on this trail as well. So I'll be making a video at some point of that, and also stay tuned for the destructive test of the E-Tech City water filter. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed this. God bless as always, and I will see you guys later.